Welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. We're going to get started here in about 1 more minute. Welcome to the call, everyone. Welcome to the call. I hope everyone is feeling amazing today, right? Let me make sure you can see my face. I need you to see the excitement in my face for having you all here this evening on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You know why? Because you can be anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with us, learning the powerful skill set of Forex. Now, what makes this training so special tonight, right? Is because I'm going to be bringing on a guest speaker, right? I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself too, because many on the line might even know me, right? So I'm going to go back, but it's going to be such a phenomenal presentation tonight. So I'm definitely glad that you all are here. Now, a few housekeeping rules. Make sure your line's still on mute. Also, too, make sure at all times you're taking notes. You're taking notes. That's like the only rule. You must be taking notes because note takers are money makers. Now, for those who don't know me, my name is Makisha Styles. I've been trading here in the Forex market now for almost 4 years. And if you can't tell, I love what I do. I love to teach it. I love to be around like-minded individuals that learn Forex. I just love this powerful skill set. And like I said, I've been doing it now for almost 4 years. Now, I didn't just pop up in my head, was like, hey, I want to learn to do Forex. No, I was just like many of you on the line. A situation came up and I was like, wow, I don't have control of my life. I don't have control of my finances because I was in the military. And if you don't know, the military pays so well. The benefits are good. The money is good. I know exactly what I'm doing from sun up to sundown. It was just a great experience for me, right? But then in 2011, I ended up being diagnosed with breast cancer, and my whole world just I don't know, just got very uncomfortable. And I wasn't sure exactly what it is that I was going to do in life. Because instead of me being worried about my health, I was worried about my finances. Like, how am I going to take care of my family? Because I'm the one that takes care of everybody, right? So how was I going to do that? So one of the things I came across, of course, was this lovely Forex, right? I came across the Forex market. And Forex simply stands for the foreign exchange market. You know, it's nothing fancy like that. So I know every time we're saying Forex, you're like, what does that mean, Makisha? That means the foreign exchange market. Now, a lot of people, because I know a lot of you are new on the line, don't really know what Forex are and what's the difference between that and stocks, because we all know about stocks, right? That's what's talked about on the news. That's what everybody's like, hey, I'm buying this share, I'm buying this share. But what exactly is the difference between stocks and Forex? I'm glad you asked. So the thing that I love about Forex is that you can leverage the buy and the sell. What do I mean by that? I mean that in Forex, say for instance, a stock or a cryptocurrency is going up, right? Great, we're making money, yes. But say it starts to plummet and go down. In the Forex market, we're still making money. Versus on the stock side, say for instance, you bought in at Tesla at, say $25. We're gonna make it, dreamy, right? You bought it in at $25 a share, right? And it shot up $100, shot up $500. You're feeling good, right? But all of a sudden, something was said on the news or something just happened, right? And it started to shoot down. What happens when that stock shoots down? You're losing money. That's why I love Forex, because we can leverage that buy and the sell. Also, as well, with Forex, you're not limited on when you can trade because you're able to trade 24/7. So if you're working from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., what happens if you got off at 5 p.m., right? On the Forex market, you can still trade. Versus on the stock side, you can only trade from 9 a.m. Eastern time to 5 p.m. Eastern time. So if you got off work a little late, you're like, hey, let me put this trade in real quick. You can't. So you're limited on your money. That's why I said tonight's presentation is so powerful, because you're going to learn how to create those multiple streams of income. We're going to show you a way that's so simple to learn this Forex, because everyone believes it's so difficult, but it's not. When you have the right people and the right strategies on your side, we're going to show you how you can win in this market and make it so simple. So another thing, stocks, we already know we're buying shares of a company, right? Versus with Forex, think of it as you're buying shares of a country's currency, shares of cryptocurrencies. So say for instance, you want to buy Bitcoin and you didn't have the $10,000 that is worth, right? You're buying shares of that. You don't have to own the whole Bitcoin. That's what makes it so powerful. Another thing as well is that Forex is recession proof. What do I mean by that? That means that a couple of months ago when everything popped off, right? And the stock market was going crazy. You know what shut down? The actual stock exchange. But you know what was still going? The Forex market, which means, like I said at first, there's no limit, there's no cap, right? And then it's recession proof would mean that no matter what's going on in the world, the Forex market is still moving. Plus you leveraging whether it's going up or it's going down. Like with those three facts alone, you should already be mind blown, right? Because I know I still am. Another thing as well is that the Forex market is a $6.7 trillion per day industry, right? Versus the stock market, which is $5 billion per day industry, right? So when I say trillion dollar per day industry, this is stuff I didn't learn in school. So remember tonight, that's why I said at all times you should be taking notes, because we're going to educate you this evening. So when I say 6.7 trillion, I don't know if you knew this or not, but there are 12 zeros in a trillion. I never learned that in school. So imagine with everything we're going to show you tonight that you can get just 1%, just 1%. Anybody can type in 111 if 1% of a trillion would do you well in your life. Just type in a 111 so I can know exactly who I'm working with. Exactly. Yes. And that's why we're here tonight, to show you how to leverage that. So what I want to show you, because a lot of people still are like, okay, what is Forex? I really don't understand exactly what it does. So I'm breaking down a little more simpler, because the whole goal tonight is to make sure that everything is broken down so simple and just flawlessly for you. So one of the things that we do, of course, in the Forex market is we're basically predicting the value of an asset, whether it's going to rise or fall, whether it's going to be a buy or it's going to be a sell, right? We don't physically hold this stuff, right? Because everything is online, it's technology. We actually utilize an app called MetaTrader 4. Somebody type that in the chat for me, MetaTrader 4. That is what we use to get into the market. And it's a free app to download. So I just put you onto some game there. So make sure, MetaTrader 4, right? So I want to show you too how the market moves, because many people don't know. We haven't been like that. So check it out. It should be moving. There it is. Look at that, 207, 216, 223. Now, I don't know about you, but say for instance, you put in 10 cents or you put in $5 and you put that into your savings account. Does it move like this was just moving in seconds? In seconds. My savings account don't move like that. It might move over a year or maybe over 2 years, but like this, it does not move like that at all. That's why it's so powerful that you learn this skill set. So powerful. Now, there are four very important tips that I recommend anytime you learn how to trade. One of them is you must get this information from a credible source. I've said I've been doing this for 4 years. My first 2.5 years, I attempted to learn from YouTube, right? It's not credible. Anybody can throw a video up there. My nephew, anybody can throw a video up there, right? So it's not a credible source. So what we're going to show you tonight is a very credible source that's going to help you learn Forex the simple and just easy way. Another thing you're going to need is a proper mentor. You don't want just anybody showing you this stuff, right? That's why you want here, because you have the best of the best. You have the elites showing you exactly what you need to do to learn how to just set your whole financial career free, right? Another thing you need is a duplicatable and proven strategies. The guest speaker I'm about to bring on next is going to bring it to you. It's going to show you on one of our team strategies that work for everyone. So it doesn't matter if you're a beginner, doesn't matter your background. This strategy will actually just, it's so simple. It's so simple. That's all I can say is it's so simple. Also as well, you need proper risk management. What do I mean by that? Like I said, I started learning from YouTube and I lost a lot of money because I didn't understand risk management, which is a no-go, right? a no-go. So we're definitely gonna teach you risk management. And what I want someone to type in the chat, do you like things the easy way or you like it the hard way? If you like it the easy way, I need you to type in the chat easy. Because I don't know, people on the line might like it hard. I don't know. So I need to know before I bring this guest speaker on, if you like stuff the easy way, exactly, Ross, the easy way. That's why the strategy that you're going to be shown next, thank you, is one of the easiest Forex strategies that I ever seen in my life, right? And I only trust certain people to teach this strategy because, like I said, you got to have proper mentors. So not everyone can teach it, but the guest speaker I'm going to bring on the line is someone that is truly phenomenal, right? She's someone that I like, love, and trust. She's like a super mom. She's doing all kind of things, but she's always willing to step back and help out the community. She's very well educated. She, like I said, loves helping people, and she's making plenty of money using this strategy, right? So you got to make sure you pay attention to what she's about to bring to the line. So without further ado, I'd like to bring to the line Tracy. Are you there?
Peace, everybody. Yes, I am. Thank you so much for that warm welcome, Makisha. I definitely want to give it right back to Makisha. She is just phenomenal. IT extraordinaire, a wonderful person. I mean, an inspiring person. I won't get too much into her story, but geez, if we could all be like her, the world would be a better place. But thank you. As she mentioned, my name is Tracy Dat. I am based out of Los Angeles, California. And my background is actually from corporate America. I've actually been in the healthcare industry for 10 years. And, you know, I do pretty well for myself financially. And what I was finding is that although, you know, I'm well taken care of based on the money I make in corporate America, what I didn't have was time. I didn't like the idea of having to ask my boss if a family member died, if I can have time off. I didn't like the idea that when my children were sick, I had to ask if it was okay if I take them to the doctor. I didn't feel very adult about that. And so I was definitely looking for something, some type of vehicle to take me to the next level where I didn't need to trade my time for money, or at the very least to have multiple streams of income in case things like this happen, you know, AKA the pandemic or whatnot. And so I find that in conversations with people, there's typically three types of people, right? You're either A, making good money, but you don't really have time. You're B, you have time, but you're not making good money. Or C, you have neither, right? So in that situation, I found that this is an amazing vehicle in order to do that. And so what my purpose today here is to show you, like she said, a very simple strategy that I put together, test and tried. And it is much simpler than you think. Guys, we like to joke and say that we literally get paid to draw, because that's what it is. You draw some lines and it makes you money. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you here so that I can show you what it is that I'm talking about. So this here, this is TradingView, and this is the platform that we pretty much use to go ahead and mark up charts and whatnot. And what I want to show you is an example of the drawing that I mentioned. So let me go ahead and remove what I have here. There we go. Trading, and the way that she said that we like to predict whether the market is going to go up or down in order for you to be able to say, hey, do I want to buy or sell? What's going to be the profitable move at this moment? Well, in order to do so, I've come up with a really, really simple strategy. It's literally drawing. So what I do is I change these cute little candles to a 1 hour time frame, right? To a 1 hour time frame. That means that each of these candles took 1 hour to form. This is how the price, we're looking at Bitcoin here because, you know, digital currency is a huge thing. So this is Bitcoin versus the US dollar. Your pair is always indicated in the upper left corner. You take it on the 1 hour time frame, and what you do is you draw a horizontal line on the highest point it reached within your peripheral, right? So like, it doesn't matter how much you drag this back and forth, whatever, wherever you dragged it to, as long as you have a full view. And here's current market price, and all this will make sense later, okay? So just bear with me. Here's current. As long as you have a little gap here to say, okay, I didn't go too far to the right. This would be too far. you pull it here. Your highest point it reached was way up here, right? So I put a line there. You're also gonna put a line in the lowest point that it reached, which is right there. Then all you do, guys, is you come and get this tool. It's called a fib retracement. You get this tool and you lay it down. Once you lay it down here, again, what are we gonna do? Draw some more cute little lines, just some more cute little lines over where they already told you to put them. See, I'm putting my lines right on top of where they told me to put the lines. I mean, there's literally my 10-year-old can do this, guys. My 10-year-old does this. So these are all the lines. I'm gonna go change now from 1 hour candles to the 15-minute candles. And let me tell you what this is gonna do. What this is gonna now do is create zones for me. What it did is in between each zone where I drew the lines, there is what we like to call support and resistance, but in a very, very simpler form, what I like to call it is the ceiling and the floor. What you're waiting for is for the candle to either break through the ceiling, which is gonna be the top line, the top of where, Tracy? Well, the top of whatever you're looking at. So in this case, price was here in between this line and this line. At that point, this would be your ceiling and this would be your floor. Okay, then it came down here. At this point, this would be your ceiling and this would be your floor. How do you know when to get into a trade? Well, just that. If the price breaks through the ceiling, you know that you need to get in for a buy. If the price breaks below the floor, you know that you need to get in for a sell. So let's talk about that for a moment. So you can look at any given moment when the candle breaks through. So let's check this out, for example. This candle that I'm circling with my cursor, are you guys with me? This candle, it went through this line. It went above the ceiling. We know that it's now going for a buy. Well, why do we know that? Because looky here, now price is moving back up. It is on its way up to the second zone. And so that called that strategy, right? That called that buy. Let's say you missed it there and it played around on this line a little. Here was another opportunity. Look at this candle and I'll make it bigger so you can see it. Oops. I'll make it bigger so you can see it. Let's drag it here. This candle also bust through the ceiling. So you know it's going for a buy. Now it played around a little bit, but let's talk about that. Makisha just told you about proper risk management. So in real life, in putting in this trade, we would have put in a stop loss that would have been down here. Meaning, hey, we're predicting the market is going to go up, but in case it goes down, make sure if it hits this part, you take me out of the trade because that takes you from losing too much money. You get to say how much it is you want to make and you get to say how much it is that you want to lose, okay? So you could do this with several pairs, any pair. It really does not matter, guys. It really does not matter. Another great thing that this method indicates is you see how my candles change from green to red? Green indicates the overall trend is a buy, and red indicates the overall trend is a sell. And so that's another thing that you can rest assured is you always want to trade with the overall trend, right? So these are just proven methods. So here, let's talk about this. This candle broke above this line. Well, it's still kind of at a sell, although you can tell that they're going to cross. These two cute little lines, which, you know, if you were to come under our wing, you would get my mentorship in this category. I'm breaking it down very gently for you because I understand that there are guests on the line. However, we would be breaking down how to identify that they are going to cross. So you know you're catching the buy at the beginning of a buy, guys. A buy at the beginning of the buy is the cutest, perfect, most thing you can do. I mean, if you like a guy with a 6-pack, this is like a 10-pack when you catch it at the beginning, okay? Because you have just made money off of it going way up here, way up here. So again, it's zone to zone trading. And what you're simply waiting for it to do is for a candle to break through the roof or break through the floor. And this is just a simple breakdown, because one of the things I hear a lot is that people are under the impression that it's like hard, or you have to be good at math. You don't have to be good at math. You have to have a mouse and know how to click on a line and draw it. And you don't even need to know where to draw the line, because as you can see, the fib that I used to put on here told me where to draw the lines, guys. So you don't even know, like, you don't even need to know where to draw the line. That's really how simple this is. And so I wanted to just take this opportunity to just quickly break this down for you. Look at this. Here's another example of a great sell. What happened? We're waiting for it to come through the floor. This candle came through the floor and went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zones. If you understand, if you knew, that's hundreds of dollars right there. That's hundreds of dollars you could have made in the course of 15, 30, 45, 60 minutes. In 1 hour, you could have made hundreds of dollars off of that move alone, these candles dropping. And so again, I won't go too deep because I don't want to confuse. My point was just to show you how simple this can be. You don't need to be good at math. You don't need to know where to draw these lines. This system is going to tell you where to draw the lines. And like she said, you have a good strategy, you have a good personal coach, and you get the right people around you. This stuff is super effective, guys. So I just wanted to show you that real quick, and I will pass it back to Makisha. Makisha, are you there?
Yes, that was amazing, Trace. I got a quick question because I know everybody's taking notes, right?
Right.
So you're saying that red is sell, right?
Yep.
And you're saying that the green is buy.
That's it. That's it.
And you're saying if a green candle goes on the top of one of those little pretty lines you drew, then it's a buy?
That's it. It's
and if it goes to the bottom,
simple.
It's a sell.
That's it. It's simple. This was a beautiful, perfect sell. This was a beautiful, perfect buy. It's honestly coloring and drawing. You make hundreds. I make hundreds off of coloring and drawing. That's it.
Wow. Can you also show them, like, draw the calculator, show like how much they would have made if it went from one of those zones all the way up to the top zone? Can you show how many pips, how many points it moved, and estimated they could have got from it?
Yeah, let's do that. So this cute little ruler, like I said, you don't even need to know math. You don't need a calculator. This cute little ruler, let's talk about it. From here to here, went about 269 pips. It went about 200, let's just say 300 pips. Had you even lowballed it and put 10 cents of your own money, you would have got about 30 cents. Had you put $1 of your own money, you would have got $300. Had you put $10 of your own money, that's a $3,000 day in 60 minutes. When's the last time anyone on this line made $3,000 in 60 minutes? There are people, hell, that don't even make $3,000 in a month, guys. There are people who do not make $3,000 in a month. And so again, you will know when you place a trade what your risk is and what your reward is. We will teach you those things. Matter of fact, there's even a better way to learn those things. And I'll let Makisha really give you the sauce on that one. Makisha, did you have any other questions?
No, that was it, Tracy. You explained that to a T. I just wanted to show you all how simple it can be. This is just one. This is just one of the strategies. This is just one. With you learning how to trade. This is it. So I want you all to drop some, sure, it's already doing it. Drop some fire emojis or write the word fire if you know that Tracy just gave you some amazing value just in. And that was in less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes, she showed you a way, a simple way on how to make past profits not guarantee future profits, right? But how to make, $30, $300, $3,000 or more in under an hour. That is amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Tracy.
No worries.
So what I want to do now, we're going to switch it back up again because everybody's like, well, how exactly do I learn this? You know, how really do we do this? So when we was talking about ceiling, floors, I almost mentioned pips, but I forgot, you know, got a lot of new members on the line. But we learned this from a credible source. Remember those 4 tips I gave you at the beginning about the 4 tips to being successful and learning how to trade Forex? This is the first one, learning from a credible source. Not YouTube, right? Not your buddy, but right here. This is a $1 billion school. I'll make it a little bigger for you all. I want you to see this. So back here, remember, our whole goal is making everything simple for you, right? So this whole interface back here is very simple, very simple. But what I want you to focus on with me is the academies. So it's just like an online school, right? Because so many people, you either know somebody went to school or you went to school yourself and you have those online courses, right? That's what it is here. That's what it is. So you see here how simple it is. You got your resources, because you need to know what you're working on, right? You have your academy. So FRX simply stands for Forex. If you want to do for my options or binary lovers, that's HFX, that's the high frequency. Also as well, remember DCX is digital currency. And then also too, IBO is it's a business owner in case you want to make a whole business out of it. So you have multiple streams of income from here. But what I want to show you is Forex. Oh, also too, just to point out, say for instance, hey, you might speak Spanish as your primary language. You might speak Polish, French, Portuguese, German. We have so many different languages, right? So you don't have to necessarily learn in English. Or you might be high speed. I was in the military, so I use a lot of military terms. And you want to just learn it in a different language. You can. But I'm going to click on English because I speak English. So I'm going to click on it here. I want you to see how simple it is. Because the whole goal I want you all to know is that this stuff is not difficult, right? It's not difficult, and it will not take you a lot of time. Because as Tracy mentioned earlier, her main thing was to get that time back, right? So you don't want to be sitting here studying all day. No, we make it nice and simple for you. So the very first thing here is a handbook, because you got to know what you're doing. And this first video, I just want you to check it out. Don't worry, I'm not going to play the whole thing. To show you something, I want to point 2 things out to you on this video. And make sure you're taking notes. Note takers and money makers. So pause it. There we go. So I want you to see that there is no YouTube handles on here. So these are not YouTube videos. These videos were made especially for you. And they're broken down so simple. And also, well, it'll have the, what do you call those, the captions at the bottom. So in case you prefer to read it, and I'll see the visual, because some people, you know, we learn different ways. So that's what I love about this too. No matter how you learn, whether you're a fast learner, slow learner, in between learner, it doesn't matter, because this whole thing is self-paced and based on you and your schedule. So also too, I want to point it out is this time here, 4 minutes and 41 seconds. This whole academy will take you 3 hours to get through. Now, I don't know about you, but I spend a lot of Netflix time, a lot of Hulu, Disney Plus, do a lot of that, right? But every time I watch that, right, when I spend those 4 hours, I spend 4 hours sometimes just catching up on all the series, I don't make any money doing that. Well, I do now because I know how to trade. Just hit a button and I can be, the trade is going while I'm watching Netflix. But for those who aren't, you know, not familiar with this trading yet, right? Imagine how much time we actually waste on things that aren't income producing activities. With this right here, going through this for 3 hours, you can break it up over 3 days, however you want to do it. Exactly, D. You can break it up over 3 days, however you want to do it. But once you learn this, this is something no one can ever take from you, ever, because you're learning a powerful, powerful skill set. It's going to take you 3 hours to get the fundamentals down. How amazing is that? Drop a 333 if that alone is amazing, on top of the strategy we showed you. And then plus 2, I'm about to show you some more stuff. There we go. Yes. So say, for instance, you're step 1, you came in, you locked arms with us, great. Now you're like, hey, I'm going through the academy. I finished it. I did, you know, I was high speed and I finished all in 1 day. Boom, great. Now you understand certain terminologies. So when Trace was saying stop loss, or we say take profit, all that type of great stuff, right? You're gonna now understand what that means. And now what you can do is move on to your extra mentors. Because remember, one of those steps in that 4 steps that I gave you was to have a proper mentor, right? So we have this called here is Go Live. This is like our Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. So you can kind of tell the channels I watch. Those are only 3 I name all the time. So it's like all 3 of those on steroids, right? Just pumped up. So this right here is where you get your live mentorship from. Not only from whoever bought you here, right? Not only from Tracy, not only from myself, not only from, like I said, whoever bought you here, but you have people all over the world. So no matter what time zone you're on, you have some training back here that you can catch live, which is what I love so much. So as up here, you see it says choose a language. That's how they make things so simple. And these here are our top sessions. This here is where you're actually really honing in and learning how to trade from your go live session. So this one here, the first one is Kimberly Torres. She has over 99,000 views today. So think of this as that when you're on YouTube, you're trying to find one with the highest views because you know, hey, everybody liked that episode. Same thing here. With her having over 99,000 views, that means she made people money today. How awesome is that? If you're watching one of these sessions, right? You're watching one of these people. This is not even everybody. Come on, I told you I have over 100 different educators around the world, and they're making you money. Like you're literally online with them. You're talking. They're like, hey, Makisha. Well, they don't say your name, of course, but they say team, or they might say founder, they might say community. And like, hey, I want you to go over to that app I mentioned before. You should be taking notes, MetaTrader 4, and go ahead and type in this number. They're giving you the cheat codes. They're giving you the answers. And they're literally doing it right there beside you, but virtually. And if you have any questions, what happens? You type it in the chat, but I'm going to show you. And what I want you to point out too, is everybody's of different backgrounds, different nationality. Like I said, they're all over the world. So I'm gonna scroll down. It's so simple. Pick a channel. So the channel we're gonna choose today is the Forex channel. So once it come up here, it's gonna come up, it's gonna look something like a schedule, right? Just like your TV guide schedule, all the type of great stuff. But the only difference here is this is gonna make you money. Imagine being up at 8:15, you're logging into this guy's session here. He's like, hey, take this trade, boom, you made money before work. So they're on all time, got 8 o'clock a.m., got 3 a.m., 2 p.m., just all times a day where you're able to catch them live. But don't worry, because I know a lot of people work. And remember, I said this is self-paced. So if you miss any one of these sessions, you can always watch the recording. So I'm gonna come up here and click on Manny. Manny's my favorite. You will always see me click on him, all right? And what you will see here is a scroller. Over here on the side, it's moving a little slow. There it is. And it says after scroller, my messages only. But this is where you type in. You type in exactly what your question is. And what you would do, even if you missed the session, just come back and watch the recording and he's gonna be answering your question live on that session. And how phenomenal is that? Where not only do you have the Academy, which is a credible source, which you're gonna get everything from, now you have your proper mentors and live educators that's really teaching you how to trade and showing you how to get to the money a lot faster. That's phenomenal. But I know, I'm giving you so much information right now. You're like, geez, I don't know, Makisha, I don't know. Oh, well, I got one more thing. One more thing to give you. And that is this right here. So even if you was like, hey, I don't understand the strategy from the beginning, no worries, right? Because it's self-paced. And plus two, you have us to be able to teach you. He was like, I don't know if I understood the go live session. I just need to get to the money right now. So what we have here is an AI system. AI simply means that it's telling you what to do, right? It's making life a lot more simpler for you. So I don't know about you, but I like my life very simple, right? So this scanner right here is going to do that for us. So this AI system here is over 87% accurate. That means that if you took 20 trades, you're going to win at least, 13. I don't do math. So you don't have to learn how to do math to do Forex either, because I don't do math. But what I do know how to do is copy and paste. So if you were using that app I mentioned at the beginning, MetaTrader 4, we're gonna move all this out the way because you don't even need to know what that is. All you need to do is understand these numbers. Understand these numbers. Gonna come back in there. There we go. So some numbers over here on the side. If you can't see them, don't worry, because the person that invited you here is gonna get back on a Zoom call with you and they're gonna go over everything with you as well. So what you see here is it says entry. Made that a little bigger. So this number here, when I'm circling, this entry. What if can anybody copy? Anybody know how to copy if I said 1, 2, 3, 4? Can anybody copy that? Can anybody copy in the chat 1, 2, 3, 4? I want to make sure I'm dealing with the right crowd here. Just there we go. Okay, cool. We got some people that know how to copy. Because if you can copy, you're going to be able to profit within your first 72 hours. That's how I know this stuff works. Because I'm telling you, you're going to be able to profit within your first 72 hours if you're utilizing our tools. So this AI system here is telling you exactly what to do. Entry, remember the terminology is learned in that 3-hour academy. So don't get freaked out right now, right? So the entry is simply telling you, hey, Keisha, this trade right here looks nice. I want you to go ahead and get in right here. Copy this number into this app at this point and go ahead and get in. Boom, perfect. And then it's going to give me as well is this TP number 1, TP number 2, and TP number 3. TP simply stands for take profit or get your money, right? And you're going to learn the terminology in that 3-hour academy, so don't worry. So if I put in my entry, I copy that number, right? And it's like, hey, get your money here. That's take profit 1. Take profit 2 is like, oh, you want more? Boom, even more money. Take profit 3 is like, oh, you feeling real good. Boom, even more money. So you get 3 different levels to make money from. It's amazing, right? That's why I said this. You can leverage this so much. And also too, I forgot to mention, for my stock lovers, you can trade stocks on the Forex market. Yes, I know. I already see people getting excited. I know. Also as well, I mentioned, and Tracy mentioned as well, is this stop. You see this? That means this is your risk management that I told you that we teach you as well. That means that if you're invested $10 into a trade, it's like, hey, I don't lose any more than $2. I don't risk any more than $2. That's what happens. So if that market will start to retrace, because remember, we're predicting the market. So at all times, it will not be 100%, but we show you how to minimize that risk as much as possible. So it's going to take you out as soon as it reaches $2. It's like, hey, nope, we don't want you to lose all your money. Go ahead and jump out. And what I forgot to mention as well, this is automatic. As soon as you plug these numbers into that app, it happens on demand. It happens. You don't have to sit and stare at the screen all day. No, you don't. Once you set it, you forget it. And you go about your business. Either going to close out in profit or it's going to close out with a small loss, right? But all of it is, like I said, automatic. So what people normally ask right about this time, because they know about the strategy, they know about the academy, they know about the live mentorship, and they also know about this AI system. Plus, we have so many other strategies. Also, too, we have, but people like it even simpler, because like I said, I like simple. So say, for instance, how we get a text message on these phones. Imagine getting the message that's like, hey, put this number in right now. Yes, we have apps as well. So say, for instance, you don't want to log into the scanner. No worries. We have apps that come straight to your phone and tell you when to take your money and when to get into different trades. It's phenomenal. I know, right? So at this time, I normally get the question of how exactly do I get started? Because if you're high speed and if you're invited to this call, you're one of the best of the best, you're one of the elite members, and we want to go ahead and get you started. So what I'm going to do, because it's only one person that really can explain this to the T. And you just heard the fire that she dropped on that strategy. So you know for sure she's going to explain how much an investment is and how you can actually get started with us tonight. Tracy, are you still there?
I am. Wait a minute. Before we even go there, because I'm taking notes, right? Because money makers are note takers.
Okay.
Did you say that I don't even never need to turn on my computer, Makisha, that they're going to text the info to my phone and give me the cheat codes? Is that what you said?
Yes, and I think a lot of people missed it. But yes, that is exactly what I said. Yes.
Oh, okay. So I could be at the park. I could be at the mall. I could be getting my nails done. I could be doing whatever. And it's going to text me and say, hey, put in these numbers. And then I just make money. And it just like that.
Like that. Yes.
Well, I hope they're paying attention because geez. All right, guys. Well, let's talk about how to get started. I will say this. Anything worth having is worth investing in. And I want to say real quick, one of the things I didn't mention is I am a money management consultant as well, among other things. As well as corporate America, I have 2 businesses. I homeschool my kids. I'm definitely about my coins. But I need you to understand the difference between spending and investing. And when you spend on something, it is stuff that does not pay you back. So this has a cost. However, it is an investment. So let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it. So there are 2 packages that you can get with this. Just the Forex Academy, just Forex, which gives you access to the Go Live, which Makisha showed you, the Netflix on steroids, where you can go chat with the people. They'll still give you trade ideas. That gives you the 3-hour academy. And that gives you access to that artificial intelligence program that she showed you, where it's 87% accurate. You could take the trade ideas from there. That has a one-time enrollment fee of $234.95. There is also a monthly fee of $174.95. Now that's cute. That's cute. I will tell you this. What I have is the elite package, and I want to show you really quick the difference of what you're getting for that. With the elite package, you're getting the 3 hours of content to learn Forex. You are also getting an academy, a whole nother academy, which is the HFX Academy, which is teaching you the binary options, which are even faster money than Forex. You are also getting the Digital Currency Academy, which is all about digital currency, because that's the way of the world. You want to learn that. Paper money is going away. Don't say I didn't tell you. You are also getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different strategies. Not just that artificial intelligence program, also 2 of them that come straight to your phone, text message you the trade options, so you never even need to be in front of the computer, okay? And then all of that, which is at a value of $984, is for $324. You get a $659 discount, you guys, for $324 and $274 a month. So let's talk about that real quick. Remember, past profits don't guarantee future results. But what I can tell you is I have never not made enough in the market to pay this and then some. And what I can tell you there are days that I make this in a day and then some. That is what I can tell you. There is also another really, really cool thing where if you decide that, hey, I'm down for the enrollment, but I don't know about that monthly because you don't know the potential of what you're going to earn, which you will. Well, you will. We'll set you up with a demo account. You'll know the potential of what you're going to earn. But I get the worry. If there is an affiliate program, just like there is with Amazon, just like there is with any days nowadays. You refer somebody to Uber to get a ride and you get $5 off your next ride, right? So there's an affiliate program with everybody. Why? It saves the company marketing. It saves them. They don't have to put commercials on TV or on the radio or on the internet because they got you. You tell your mom and your sister, your best friend and your cousin, whoever you tell, you get 2 people to come into your virtual classroom and start the academy with you. And now your tuition is waived forever, as long as those 2 members stay active within the academy. So now let's talk about this. I want someone who is a brave soul to tell me, when's the last time you spent $200 and what did you spend it on?
On my hair.
Oh,
sneakers.
Good one. Listen, hair, purse, Jordans. Let's talk about it. We spend that much on one dinner when we're being fancy. If you went to the steakhouse, we spent that much on one dinner. But the hair didn't pay you back. You might have looked cute on some pictures on social media. You was popping for like a week or 2 until the new growth came in or whatever, right? Depending on what you had, braids, I'm assuming, whatever. You was cute with that purse, but then you probably didn't have money to walk around in that purse with, right? And you was cute in them Jordans. You was cute eating that dinner and then you was full. And what happened? You eliminated and then there went your dinner. There went your $300. So I really, really want you to take the time to know that when you spend your money, it does not pay you back. And when you invest your money, it does pay you back. This is a smart move, guys. Everybody needs to wake up. The Forex market, like Makisha said, is a $6.6 trillion a day industry, and it doesn't care. It doesn't care the color of our skin. It doesn't care our sexual orientation. It doesn't care our background and if we have a felony or if we caught a DUI 10 years ago. It doesn't care because the money is there to be made, and the people making it don't need to look like what we think people like on Wall Street looks like, because we can make it from the comfort of our home. Okay, this is available to everybody. So typically there are 3 types of people on this call. Type A is like, yes, I've been waiting for a vehicle. I knew that I didn't need to work till I was old and gray and then end up not having enough for retirement and then working the door of Walmart like they be working, because they're not there. They're not there to make friends because they're bored. They're there because the retirement they were promised is not enough, my friends. That is why, okay? So if you know, like I know, and you are ready to get started, then please get back with the person who put you on this line, and we would love to have you in our family, in our community, and I will definitely see you there. And if you're type B and you're like, well, I just don't know because I have questions. I can see that you have questions, okay, but we kind of said everything there was to say, so I'm not sure what you're gonna ask, but that's cool. People are skeptical, and so be skeptical and come back with your questions with the person who put you on this line. And then there's type C. Those are my favorite people. Those are my favorite people. Like, I've seen this thing before, and oh, she said I have to sign up 2 people. It must be a scam. And oh, they're talking about this from a cell phone. How could you make money on a cell phone? And I will tell you, okay, your lack of trust is a reflection of yourself. You might have been burned in the past, and I apologize for that, but me and Makisha was not the ones who did that for you. And what I will tell you as well is that you will see that digital currency and investing in the Forex market is the way. And so whether it takes you a month or 6 months or 6 years, we'll still be here getting this money, and we'll still be here open arms, ready to welcome you when you're done working in 10 years, okay? So time is your greatest asset. It's the one thing you cannot get in life back. And so I will thank you all for being on the call today. And that is what I wanted to share. So peace and love. I'll throw it back to you, Makisha.
Wow, wow. Drop some fires in the chat. Drop some 333s. That's my favorite number in the chat, because Tracy, like I said, she can explain that to a T, and so amazing. So I know for a fact, I already know for a fact, that you got a ton of value from this call. I know that you should have a whole page of notes, right? And like she mentioned, if you have any questions whatsoever, all you have to do is get back with the person that invites you to this call, and they're going to answer your questions. So don't go and ask someone who doesn't know anything about Forex what you should do, right? It's like me going to someone who don't know anything about cars and asking, hey, what do you think this problem is? No, we're not going to do that, because everything that you need, for one, is an academy. Everything that you need, you can ask the person that invites to this call. And if they don't know, they know one of us who do know. So I want to thank everyone once again. I want to thank Tracy for giving that amazing strategy, for coming on with your, just amazing wisdom. I want to thank everyone who's on the call tonight. And if you have any questions, give up with the person invited to this call. And we wish everyone in this call a blessed, prosperous, and healthy week. See you on the next call.